Yes, indeed. It is your boy Gabriel, King Blackout in the building. What We Talking About podcast back again right here on Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Finally TV brings it live. Let's go. People's in the building. I see y'all. Say what up. Make sure you hit that like. Hit the share for me. Last week, we did really good with the shares. I was very surprised when I came out and I started looking at the numbers. It was a good amount of shares on there, but I have to admit, I was a little disappointed when I looked at the likes because it didn't match the share. So can y'all hit the like and the share? And remember, you can't hit the like on the video while you're watching it. They don't count that one. They don't count. You got to minimize that and then like the post. That's the one that they're counting and messing with the algorithm for. So
let me do that right now. Hold up. So I got to close the video.
You got to lower the video and then click like on the actual post.
I like the post. Mm-hmm. Then leave that comment.
Mm-hmm. Say right? You here. You say what up.
Right. So we going to go.
What up, Angie?
Bam.
Good evening, Facebook user.
Facts.
There goes Blackouts in the building. We got Big Face in the building. What's going on, brother? We got to set this up. You know, I was thinking about it. Like we can do like a Voice of the Valley Big Face where it's just a one-on-one with me and you. We can do it virtually or in person, depending on where you at. I'm in New York. But the other way to introduce you to the audience would be to bring you on here as like a special guest. You know, oh, what up, Monster? What's going on, brother? We could bring you on here and, you know, kind of like what you did with the Rec Boys, and we could just, you know, chop it up. We do our show, do our regular show, but just have you be like a special co-host. I'd be down with that too, man. I love the personality. I love the energy. You know what I mean? Thought you was super cool on the Rec Boys show. So if you want to do something like that, let me know. Blackout, how it be, man? How you feeling?
Yo, listen, bro. Hold on. Let me get my shit together. Hold up. How I sound? I sound good because I don't want the mic all in my face today. I sound good?
You sound good.
Lit. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's good? What's up? What's up? Wap to me. What's up? Monster, what's up?
What's
Benjamin,
up?
What's up?
Yep.
Producer Big Ant, what's up?
Yep.
Facebook user who ain't paid a Facebook bill. What's up? What's up?
What's goody? What's goody out here?
You want to know how I'm feeling, bro? I'm going to show you how I'm feeling. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Got a new thing I've been doing. I've been showing y'all different chains every week. So hope y'all respect my grusser, right? Respect my grusser. This is this week's.
What up, Miguel?
You can see this.
Puerto Rico in the building. What you got today? I can't. Oh, I see it says Blackout. All right.
Like the camera don't even hit it right, bro. It's just like it's like Eddie's on baguettes. You know what I mean? Just
did you have to get it redone when you first got it? Did it have the C in it?
Nah, because I said, Papa, you know me. He said, I know you. I got you, Pa. I pull up, no C. Know what I mean? Like, I got you, Pa. I'm like, I bet. Let me get that veterans discount.
Nah,
he was like, nah.
Yo, the veterans discount. Listen. Thank you for your service, sir. Yo, one thing I want to get off while everybody's here, because I know people be tuning in, tuning out. While everybody's here, I'm legit on YouTube. I'm 3 subscribers away from 700. And it would just mean the world to me if we could get the Finally TV YouTube page to over 700 by the end of the show today.
Let's do that right now. Everybody, right now. If you ain't following Finally TV on YouTube, go do it right now. We're gonna wait. We're not even gonna start the show until y'all go do it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, grab your daughter's phone. You know what I mean? I have good content on it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. So you grab your son's phone, grab your wifey's phone, grab everybody's phone in the house. Find Finally TV on YouTube and hit the like. I would love to be over 700 today. My goal was to try to get to that 1,000 mark by the end of December this year. I'm still pushing. I don't want to pay for it. I've been hit up several times about, yo, pay XYZ. We'll hook you right up. We'll get you like 5,000 subs.
We ain't doing that, bro. We ain't doing that. All organic, you feel me? We waiting.
Nah, because it looked funny, bro. It looked funny when you got 5,000 subs and you got like 100 views on your video. Like, that don't look right. You know what I mean?
Actually, that's about right though, because like you get the subs, but everybody not watching every time you go live. So it should be a lot.
Nah, it should 5,000 subs should be 500 views.
5,000 subs?
Yeah, 5,000 subs would be 500 views because you get about 10%.
You get about 5% when you get a big audience like that, bro. Same days you talking about? Like that's probably like 250.
Oh, big face in the building. Big face Benny in the building.
Still, Benny. Y'all did that yet? Because we have 698 still. So we need 2 more y'all to go to Finally TV on YouTube and subscribe. We're gonna wait. We're not gonna start the show. We just wait.
That's it. Tell him, Black. Tell him. What's going on, man? Yo, I gotta tell you, shout out to the person that owned my car before they traded it in. Homeboy legit might have been the worst driver on the planet. What he did to that clutch, brother, was
what he's supposed to do when you get a fast car.
Inhumane what he did to yo. I'm telling you, man. When they pulled my joint apart and they put the new clutch in, they were like, how long have you had the car? And I was like, I haven't even driven it for a week, total yet. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh yeah. So that means the previous owner had a lot of fun, a lot of burnouts, a lot of being in 6th gear and going to 3rd. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Yo, peace, big face. I appreciate you. Miguel, man, what's good? I'm sure it's beautiful in Puerto Rico. What was it? 83 and nice and sunny. And
y'all that just subscribed though, we appreciate that. We really do. Do us a favor though. Once you subscribe, come back to Facebook.
Yeah.
Just watch it on the Facebook.
Yep. You can watch it both places. I'll see all the numbers.
You can.
Yeah. I will. So yo, let's get it popping a little bit. Let's get
my hat. Listen, let me put on something because sometimes
where's Jay Royo at? I like doing this when Jay Royo's in the building.
My brims be tilted up. You can't see, but like I got the New York jig. You know what I mean? New York jigs. You heard? Check me out right here. You know what I mean? That's that. Woo. So if you want to know, like my shirt hit with that. You feel me? It's got that. It's got that. Woo. You know what I'm saying? We clean today. I'm feeling like 2005 Memphis Bleak. You heard?
Oh, look at you. That's a reference right there. What up?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got big face going all over the internet for us today. And I just gotta say thank you, brother. I appreciate you today. I really do.
Can we start the show with one thing I don't typically like to talk about on the show?
Yeah, sure.
Sports. Mm-hmm. Yo, LeBron lost, nigga. Fuck that.
I got that on my list. That's on my list.
Before we do that, my timeline all day has been flooded with the LeBron hate or people just going ultra ham on their knees for LeBron. So let me explain this to people. And I think y'all probably get it. Our audience is intelligent, but I just want to say this out here. I don't think people are just hating on LeBron because they want to hate on LeBron. It's the whole thing with Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady could probably still throw a football in the National Football League tomorrow if he wanted to. Another year or two, probably. He's that good. Even if his arm ain't strong, he's that good. Just here. He'll completely pass us. Fair enough?
Yeah.
It's too long. And here's the thing. Sports only make money because we are interested in watching. Fair? That's the whole reason why you make bread. It's a spectator sport. I'm tired of seeing LeBron. Not because I'm a hater, but because it's been 20 years. And every other person in the NBA, when he started, is now gone. So when you say that, that should be enough. The only person left in the NBA from when LeBron started, right, was
Mm-hmm.
Udonis Haslem, and he retired this year. He was 40-2. I'm tired of seeing LeBron. He's great. He's a top 3 player of all time. He got 4 chips. Being 38 and doing what he did this year, phenomenal. But I like watching basketball. I'm just tired of watching LeBron James, and that's it. And I think a lot of people feel that same way. So salute to you, bro. 20 years, you put up points. You've been playing for fucking ever. I want to watch other people now. It's a spectator sport, and that's the same thing with Brady. Like, bro, 23 years in the NFL. I'm tired of seeing you. Everybody else who was there when you started is gone. Every other person. There's not one left. So you laugh until you say it that way, though, right? Everybody else moved on. Like, it's time, my nigga. Let it go.
It's an extraordinary career. Extraordinarily long career.
Long as fuck.
Yeah.
But I'm off, bro.
Listen, with the Lakers getting swept, I didn't really see that coming. I thought the series would be a little bit more competitive. Even like from game to game, I thought it'd be a little bit more competitive. I feel like they got handled. I felt like in this series. Do you see the same? Is the same thing happened to Boston? We looking at 2 sweeps to get into the finals? Is that what's happening here?
I would have told you a week ago. Ain't no way in hell. I thought it was Boston over Miami in 5. I thought it was gonna be 4-1. And the fact that Miami is just taking the heart out of Boston is also funny. By the way, I'm a New Yorker. It's fuck Boston. I could care less. But they should be killing Miami, especially without Tyler Hero. Like, they playing niggas you never heard of, dudes who wasn't getting rec league run. Like, stop it. Half they starting lineup is undrafted. The whole part of their bench is undrafted, with the exception of Kevin Love. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
For real.
You can't, yo. I'm a basketball fan for real. I swear to God, ain't nobody in here right now without Googling can name 8 niggas name 3 niggas on the bench. Name somebody who's not Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Kyle Lowry. And don't name the 2 injured niggas. Don't tell me Victor Oladipo and Tyler Hero. Name them other dudes.
Well, we got Strus.
Hold up, bro. What's the starting backcourt for the Miami Heat in the playoffs? I know who it is, but y'all niggas don't.
it might be Strus. I think
it's Strus and Gabe Vincent. Who is them niggas?
Yeah, and the only reason why I realized that because I saw my name on this ticker, I was like, "Yo, Gabe, look at."
Bro, it's crazy what they doing.
Yeah, shout out to Gemini Gonzalez. Yo, Miguel says it was 103 last Thursday, bro.
That's blessings, man. My final NBA tip: shout out to Carmelo, bro. Stay mellow. 19-year career, 9th all-time in scoring, 10-time All-Star. Definitely going to the Hall of Fame. I wish he would have got a chip. If you would have got a chip with LA, I would have been like, that's not valid because you should have did that by yourself.
No, the New York one was where it was.
The New York one would have been the one. But like, what a career, you know what I mean? And like just stay mellow. Like, one of the great scorers. Watching Syracuse in 03 do that NCAA run was phenomenal.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah,
that was phenomenal. Watching Melo with the grades go off.
Yeah, and it was a bracket buster too.
Yeah,
I don't think people thought Syracuse was going to do that year. You know what I'm saying? And so there was a lot of brackets back. That's when I was working in the office days, and a lot of brackets got busted up for that year.
This is how big it was, bro. I was in the desert, and we was watching that on satellite TV before satellite TV was actually offered to regular people. I was sitting in Afghanistan in the trench, my nigga, watching the NCAA tournament on satellite TV. Straight up.
Shit. Wow. That's why you remember it so well. Yeah.
I remember it, bro. And then we'll get up and go get shot at some more. Like,
wow.
Quarter
That's
mile down the road.
0% loans, man. Shut up. You good. Listen, I'm good. DJ Ease, shout out to DJ Ease. He's actually going to be in the 845, and I highly recommend that you come up here, make a day of it, come hang out with your boy, and then we'll go watch DJ Ease at Zen Lounge. It's a hookah lounge, so I think you're down with that.
Yeah, bro. I've been to Zen. I went to Zen last week.
You did go to the Ghostface joint?
Yeah, I went to Zen last week, bro. Lit. Crazy was there. It was turned up.
Yep, yeah. That's what's up. But DJ E says, think LeBron will go to the Knicks if he leaves the Lakers?
I don't care, bro. I just want him to leave. Like, I don't even care. I got to watch Bronny in the NBA. Like, I don't even care. I'd rather watch Bronny than LeBron. I'm tired of go coach, nigga. Like, just Do anything else. Go away. I don't care, bro. If Bron came to the Knicks, I'm not gonna be more or less interested in New York. Like I'm just not. Like if he's 40 and we got to draft Bronny to make LeBron come, I don't give a fuck. Like I don't. I'm tired of LeBron. I'm fatigued, bro. I'm LeBroned out.
We got two big supporters in the building showing up here. We got Chris Rodriguez. Shout out to you and the Rec Boys tomorrow, Wednesday, 7 p.m. You know, you can catch them live with DJ Shot. And then Bill Skills in the building. I had my first wedding of the year.
Yeah, I know.
And did it with Bill Skills. It was nice to get out, man. I ain't gonna lie. It was nice to get out. It was nice to see people dressed up and having fun and all that. I kind of missed that, man. I like, as you know, Black, I just don't get out that much. You know what I'm saying?
I keep inviting him too, y'all. Don't act.
He didn't invite me to Zen. When he passes my house to go out, he don't invite me. When he's out in like Bear Mountain and shit like that, that's when he inviting me out and shit. You know what I'm saying? But like when he passes my crib to get there, he don't call me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what type of time he's on.
If you want to keep it a bean, I didn't pass your crib. I was already in Poughkeepsie, sir, which means I came right down and pulled in.
You had to pass my crib.
I was in Poughkeepsie already, bro. I was already up there.
You had to pass my crib.
No, I didn't. I was on this side of the river. Went all the way up. You know, through Marlboro, cut across.
You did not drive through the red zone.
Yes,
you did not drive. You didn't drive through the red zone in your whip. No, you did not.
Yes.
Well, maybe in the broad daylight you did. Maybe in the broad daylight.
Right.
Maybe.
Yo,
we got to go to Kingston one time, bro. Me and you.
We don't. Ain't nothing up there but savages.
Nah, there's some cool people up there. We should go up there. But why I'm saying that is that it's a nice ride up. You know what I'm saying?
It is, except when you get there and then Dom Gotti and his whole crew is out there just trying to jack you. Like it's not cool.
Nah, that's the love of it. He got love for us. So, we get to watch everybody else get jacked up. You know what I'm saying? We could watch Sims like rap and crack out somebody and something crazy out there.
Bro, you missed a whole bunch of good car shows, and it's Memorial Day weekend coming up this weekend. It's car shows like every hour of the hour. It's gonna be a good time. Listen, y'all. Listen, you should come outside. It's mad car shows in your area. You should come outside, bro.
Mad car shows in my area.
You coming out this weekend?
I might. Maybe. I don't have a wedding. Hey.
All right.
Hey.
Next week, though, I'm gonna have no photos of me and Gabe because this nigga don't come outside.
Because he don't call me when Ghostface in town. He calls me to go to Bear Mountain and hang out with a bunch of old dudes in their cars and make fun of me.
You was an old dude. What you saying? You one of them.
They all think that I'm 30-something. You know what I'm saying? Quinn's this Friday, Chucky Smash listening party. Let's get it.
Is that Quinn's Pins? That's what you're talking about, bro?
Quinn's
the bowling spot, Quinn's Pins?
Nah, Quinn's is like a little bar / diner joint in Beacon right on Main Street, and they have a stage in there. It's like a tight, intimate spot, but they definitely have like a straight up stage, which I like about the joint. And they're gonna have a listening party there for his boy Chucky Smash and his new work that he got coming out. So that's pretty cool, man. So you ain't doing nothing on Friday. You in the Beacon area?
It's Memorial Day weekend, bro. I'm out.
You got a wild outside.
out.
You got it. Yo, it was beautiful out there. Can we just, because I bitch a lot about the weather, so I just want to recognize and appreciate that today was an absolute beautiful day. Thank you very much for today. You know what I'm saying? It was a beautiful, beautiful day. So
we're gonna start the show or nah?
Listen, one more thing.
Go ahead.
Denver versus Miami. Who wins that?
Denver. It's not a real question, bro.
It's gonna be. Is it gonna look like how the other series just look? Like
just
that?
Like that. Just like that.
Did you expect Denver to do this?
Yes. Denver better than LA. Absolutely, bro. I've been watching Jokic play.
I mean, did you expected them to be here before the playoffs?
Yes, I had to come out the West the entire. When Phoenix made the trade, I thought, I bet if not LeBron, if Durant come back, because remember they made the trade, he was out for like a month still.
Who?
So Durant, when Phoenix traded for Durant.
Why they do that?
Bro, stop it. Anyway, I thought that if he came back and got time to gel and actually
did he get hurt?
It'd be all right. He came back with 8 games left. So like there was basically no plays, no nothing, just talent alone. And when you come up against really good coaching and really good defensive teams, that ain't enough. You can't just playground it in the NBA against good teams. So like, is Durant better than most niggas at basketball? Yes, But in the playoffs, people play defense, right? And when you running no plays, it's just 5 niggas standing around taking turns. If you don't make every shot, you lose. And that's what happened. Like, they're human. So, like, I think next year, if they keep that core together, Phoenix might be deadly because they'll learn some plays. Durant played 8 games with them before the playoffs, bro. He didn't know the playbook or nothing. It's just all street balling. That's not enough.
Let me ask you something, Black. And I just want to see where I want to see where your mind's at with it.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, over under 44 games played next year.
Over.
All right,
he averages 54. He's consistent half a season.
Yo, he is so fragile, man. I can't stand him as a person and as an athlete that gets hurt.
We gotta get off the sports, dog. But I got one thing I want to say. You watched the series with Denver and LA, right? You watched every game?
Yeah. No, I watched the highlights. Yeah.
So y'all in the comments, every game, Gabe, LeBron James got hurt. Every fucking game he rolled an ankle.
He's 55 years old.
It don't matter. Sit your fucking ass down. Every game he was on the ground, banging the ground because he rolled something. He rolled something. He tweaked something.
Listen. I understand. God. You ain't saying nothing to me. I understand. I'm giving him proper. Yo, you suited up. You win. You out here winning. LeBron won, bro. LeBron, like you said earlier, give the man his kudos and flowers. He won. He just won in life. And Jokic is the truth, though. He's different. That kid, he plays ball at a different level.
Hit like 5 fadeaway, one-legged Dirk Nowitzki behind the head 3-pointers.
Bro,
like he really shoots
all him. It's all him in the highlights.
He really shoots that shit. Like he's good at it. That's not fluky. Like,
he's different, man. He's very fluid with it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I like about his game, man. He's just smooth with that. All right, cool. So I guess I'm going with Denver too. I didn't see that. I thought somebody from the East was going to. I thought Boston. I thought Boston or Philly was going to take the whole thing this year going in.
Yeah, you wildin'. I thought Philly could make it, but I thought Denver would crush Philly. I thought Boston could beat Denver if Boston plays its best. But the fact that they're getting whooped up on by Miami is like, all right, whatever. So I had Denver, Boston, but I had Denver winning slightly. But I wouldn't have been surprised if Boston won it. But Boston they play down to the competition, bro. They get next to really average teams and they play average. It makes no sense.
That's it. It's funny because it's almost exactly how I feel about how the New York Giants play. When they're good, they end up playing down to teams and losing to people that they should have no business losing to. So as we move along, I'm in my phone this morning, right? I'm looking at things, and I know I don't care for the news so much lately because it's all just people being ridiculous and doing bad things to other people. And so I'm scrolling through my phone and news comes up and it says, Surgeon General says social media is bad for kids. And I looked at it and I literally started laughing. Like, for real, like now you're going to come with this warning. This is how you're going to present this right now this way, huh? So, you click on it and they ain't saying nothing that we haven't been saying on this show for almost 5 years now, about how social media is ruining the kids' ability to interact with each other, to be able to digest and take criticism and like all.
Ain't got none. Yeah.
No, it's just great, and it's called social media. Surgeon General getting involved to that level, and that's why I wanted to bring it up because I wanted to ask you: would you have an inkling or understanding as to why the Surgeon General is now saying that out loud? Because it's like a mental health thing? Is that why Surgeon General gets involved?
Yeah, Surgeon General is just well-being in general. Doesn't really matter. That's why it's general.
Yeah. So I see that, and I'm like, so now, because I feel like this is preemptive to something. I feel like them. Go ahead.
Bro, I think this is a response. This is the way. So I don't want to do politics, but we'll do it a little bit.
Yeah.
If the kids get out the screens and learn to play nice with other people, they'll stop shooting up everybody. Like that's what this is. You have all the fucking 18, 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old antisocial people, where it used to be if you were antisocial, you get forced in the social situation. And I'm not saying that that's the best for everybody. Like some people really just introverted. That is what it is, right? But you used to get forced to at least learn how to walk through society with a social mask on, like to do just normal shit. even if you were the most weirdest, awkwardest person of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. Sometimes you got bullied because you was different and so on and so forth. But the idea here is that for the past 10 years, like not millennials, is it millennials? Is that what they're called now?
Gen Z.
Gen Z, yeah, I'm sorry, Gen
Yeah.
Z.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the Gen Z population they lack social skills because they've been growing up on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
They've had social media as we know it in some form for
Mm-hmm.
over 10 years. So if I'm
Yeah.
22, 23, the formative years when I should have been outside at 14 doing the most, I was
On
on a
my phone.
screen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when somebody wrongs me or I feel a type of way about it, I don't know how to deal with that in a healthy manner because I don't
Mm-hmm.
got the skills and nobody's forcing me to get them. So bang, bang,
Right.
bang. So it's
Right.
politically driven to answer your
Mm-hmm.
question.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually coming from the right side of the aisle. Like guns ain't the problem, people are the problem.
Right.
Your phones are the issue, not the guns.
Right. 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 It's not that parents aren't trying to raise their kids because that's the thing. Like, do we look at it and say, are we as a country stressing the working class so much that they're unable to even pay attention to what's going on at home with the kids and the whole family? Is that happening? Is that imbalance there now?
I don't think so, actually.
Mm,
I think in 95 you could have said that. I'm like, yeah, it's facts. But
mm,
the ubiquity of computers has
mm-hmm,
changed everything, bro. Like people
mm,
have more flexibility, more
that's a good
ability
point.
to do things in a different way than they've ever had before.
Mm-hmm,
Um, bro,
mm-hmm,
I've been working home for Friday for the last like year, right? Now,
right.
I'm actually working,
Mm-hmm,
but I could say like, yo, I'm finna go run some errands, and I'll
right.
just change from my laptop to my phone, which is a
Mm-hmm,
fucking phablet,
right.
and I'll be doing like shit while I'm in line at the pharmacy. Like it's so like
Yeah.
you have the ability now to try to find a better balance depending on the job field you are. And I
Mm-hmm,
will say this: if anybody here is working like a job where you don't have that flexibility because it requires you to be face to face with what you're doing, like
mm-hmm,
healthcare, right? Or anything where you're doing hospitality and you need
mm-hmm,
that face to face interaction.
mm-hmm,
I'm sorry, I recognize that it's not a viable alternative for you, but 6 out of 10 jobs in America are done through a screen at this point, right? So
right.
that flexibility does exist. And I think as a whole, people have more ways to be flexible in this world. And even people's tolerance to just um tangent 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm,
I am a leader at my job, right? So even with my department and people that report to me, I have a policy of don't tell me why you need time off. Because I used to hate having to explain, like, I need this time off so I can do X, Y, and Z. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
mm-hmm.
I don't want you to feel like you need to justify why
Yeah.
you want to day off of work. I
Right.
just need to know, do you have the time,
Mm-hmm,
right? And
mm-hmm,
how many days you need.
right.
That's it. If you got it and we got coverage, take it. So
Mm-hmm,
I'm of that mindset now. Like I want people to feel that way. Like mental health, work-life balance, having a life outside of work, more important because that same stack of papers on your desk now gonna be there tomorrow. So
mm-hmm,
like people got flexibility, you find it where you can find it.
mm.
Continue on.
No, there you go. As we move along, don't forget, y'all, I was only like 3 subs away from 700 on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go to Finally TV on YouTube, hit that like, get me over 700. Let's go. Here is a question that I have been asking myself, and I don't come up with the answer. And I think some of it has to do with the fact that maybe I'm not paying attention. Maybe I'm not as tapped into the world as I should be. Who's today's R&B artist?
They exist, but I understand the question. How do you want
Okay.
me to answer that, bro?
Um.
You want me to start naming people?
I. Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you
Let's.
serious?
Yeah. Let's name a few people. Let's
Okay.
name me a few people.
SZA,
Okay.
Summer Walker,
Summer Walker.
Ella
Okay.
May,
Okay.
Tusi, Jacquees. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there's R&B. Friday,
Mm-hmm.
Giveon. Like, there's
Okay.
R&B out here. A lot of it.
What happened to R&B?
It's just different.
Mm.
It's not as mainstream as hip hop because you get the R&B leanings in hip hop.
You
So
do.
like hip hop and R&B used to coexist and have
Mhm.
this nice blending that would happen all the time. But there was a space for it. Like if I wanted lovemaking, I have to go here to get that.
Right.
So the clubs would play both. Like you would get hard fucking, you know what I mean, Dipset anthem type of shit in the club, but then you would get Love in the Club by Usher because that's the only way you would get that kind of bop. Because hip hop is doing the R&B shit, it's blurred and it's almost made R&B non-mainstream. Now, like your biggest artists continue to bleed through, but you're absolutely right when you say what happened to R&B. There's very few mega R&B stars now. That's not really a thing because what they do well, the singing, is all taking place in hip hop. That's the honest to God answer.
Yeah, I could see that. How it kind of melded together. You know, you could thank I guess you could thank Ja Rule for that. You could thank then Drake just obliterated the line.
Drake killed it. Drake killed that whole line.
He did.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, somebody like a Bruno Mars, in today's world, is he just straight pop?
He's pop.
He's pop.
Like The Weeknd is pop. Like I don't consider The Weeknd R&B. Nobody does. He's pop.
Right. How about now? What about B? What about Beyonce? What's Beyonce? Pop? Ballad singer? Like what is she?
The music she's making?
Yeah, like what when you think Beyonce, what genre comes to mind?
Not one. Not one. But she's never just been completely R&B. Like if you go back to like Destiny's Child days as an example, and you start there, it was always R&B, but pop leanings, right? Like it was always making those kind of songs. Like even something like Baby Boy, you say on my mind is more pop than R&B. If you want to talk about the sound.
I agree. Yeah.
So I liken her more to modern soul because I think she does a lot of instrumentation in her music, and it's more like neo. It's more modern soul music, which would have those up tempo kind of tracks, but they're all heavy in instrumentation and tempo. Then I would consider anything else. Make sense?
It does.
Like Beyonce don't make too many R&B songs. Not traditional, not in the sense. She makes more pop neo soul songs. Not retro soul, but neo soul, like modern soul.
Miguel's a smart ass. He says Kanye West.
Yeah.
You know, so
why are you thinking about this though? Where you going with this?
Oh, because I had read somewhere that Nick Cannon was getting roasted and stung by the Beehive because he came out and said that Bruno Mars has got more hits, more relevant than Beyonce is. So they came out and just stung his ass up. So that's what got my mind thinking about that whole situation. But what do you think about, did you hear about that? Nick Cannon had some comments about that. He wasn't really being spicy. He just said, Bruno Mars has more hits than her. And they lost their minds on him.
Yeah, I don't know what he meant by that. That didn't make any sense. Like more hits, like what? Like right now on the radio?
I guess
because Bruno has one and she has one. So like, what's the context?
Right, and she's been doing it so much longer. Like, why compare the two? That's why I was kind of asking, how you categorize them. Because I didn't understand why he went there.
Anything else? Yeah. I just think Nick keep having kids, and I think it gets old talking about him being a father to so many kids. And he got to talk about something else. I mean, I don't fucking know, bro. You just bored.
I know. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like. If y'all didn't hear me, I just need a few more subs on my YouTube channel on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube. I need like 2-3 more, man. I want to be over 700 when we get off the air at 8:30 today. So shout out to the Village Global Network. Shout out to the sponsors. I had them up. Shout out Allcrete, all your concrete placement needs. Make sure you're hitting up Allcrete. And then House of Barbers coming in June. It's right around the corner. It's going to be right there by Marist. So if you're up in the Poughkeepsie way and Hyde Park and Strattsburg and all that stuff, Poughkeepsie, go check out my boy Sal, House of Barbers. He'll have what you need to be looking fresh and good. Black, man, what you got on your agenda that you would like to discuss before we get into the very robust top 50 talk this week? Anything, sir? Did you finish Zelda?
Nah, you see my switch is on in the background, bro. So I'm waiting for you to stop talking so I can go back to playing.
Oh, my bad.
Tears of the Kingdom lit. I'm on that. Then I got to go play that Star Wars shit. I still ain't played Horizon Forbidden West yet. So like I got got a little bit of a back catalog. But you know, I'll be busy, bro. I
I was
ain't
gonna say
finished
you
the
be
album
busy.
yet. I ain't finished music. Like I've been busy, bro. What's going on? I am trying to go outside and touch grass. So like, you know, COVID kind of shut down car show shit for 2 years for real. So I missed that. And I'm outside trying to do that. So enjoying the peoples, enjoying the family, you know what I mean? Enjoying my cars, doing that type of shit when I can. And just working hard, bro, because I got some trips I gotta take, you know what I mean? The next, you know, over the next few months, trying to get away from here and touch some dirt and other continents, you heard? So nothing in particular, bro, because like I don't want to really do any negative shit today. Like I've seen some tragic accidents. I had some accidents hit close to home over the last couple of days. More death, just more nonsense, bro. And I mean, like, yeah, it's just I'm over it, bro. I need positivity, so I'm just leaning into that. But I would say this, like I always say when we talk about things like that, love those who love you. That shit continues to like hit all around me, on me and my family, adjacent to my family, and like it gets old, bro. So I just lean even more into my day to day and enjoy my life because you don't know when it's over, man. 15-year-old cousin out of here, like lost life. You know what I mean? A few days ago, gone.
Wow, my
You
condolences.
don't expect to die at 15, and you know what I mean? In a car accident, you don't expect that shit, and it happens, and that happens every day. And it's like, nah, bro, I'm on positive shit, so nothing negative, bro. I'm all about positivity right now, man, and enjoying and living life. So I hope y'all doing the same.
That's what's up. That's what Let's Get Activated podcast is all about. Shout out to Sam. She's super dope, man. I got a chance to interview her. I don't know if you got a chance. I think you did actually watch some of that. I think I saw you pop in there.
I did. I jumped in. I was like, "What's up, y'all?" You ignoring me? I said, "All right, bet. Fuck you, Gabe. I'm out of here because you ain't saying nothing to me." I just left.
Nah, you have to understand. And I tell people this all the time when I'm on IG Live. You can't get mad at me if I don't acknowledge you because I can't see the screen. I'm sitting too far away. I can't see. Like you'll see me leaning in, like that's me like trying to read and hit the wave. But not salute to everybody that checked that out. Sam is super dope. She's been doing her thing. That Voice of the Valley was cool to me because she's part of the Village Global Network, and it was nice to get the formal introduction, learn why she does what she do. I also yesterday, I don't know if you got a chance to see it yet, because I don't think I saw you last night. I got Bunky on Voice of the Valley with me on IG Live. Did you peep that?
Nah.
Yeah. We had a nice conversation, man. I got to get a better understanding of where she's coming from with her show and all that stuff. So the Voice of the Valley's they've been hitting hard. They've been doing good, man. It's like it's making me remember like why I started doing this in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And it's just to try to connect all the dots and put a little light on people. Even if my light is a pen light, it's still I'm gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, no, it's been good out here, man. I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's very fulfilling for me. So if you haven't already, check out my Instagram. There's a straight up, I have a series on there now. I made a series out of it, the Voice of the Valley Live. So all the ones I've been doing, I've collected them together. You can sit there and just string them along and watch them. I'm probably going to end up putting them on the, all the podcast stuff that we have. I'll probably just make like a separate thing and just let that roll like that, and you'll be able to hear the MP3 of those as well. So
I would tell you this though, even I'm a part of this show, and I really mean what I'm about to say, y'all. Go subscribe on a podcast feed. Even if you don't listen to every single show, that's okay. Go subscribe because that's a draw, that's a view. Even when you don't play it, it shows engagement for us. And you'll be surprised sometimes because I commute to work, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't want to listen to fucking black, you know what I mean? Spin the block. And I throw on the pods, bro, and it's just like being able to re-engage sometimes with a show, or not being able to sit here for an hour and a half every Tuesday and listen to every single show. You can go get it that way, cleaning, doing laundry, whatever the case may be. So go subscribe on your podcast feeds. Finally TV, what we talking about the podcast. Gabe does Yeoman's work. You know what I mean? That's uploaded every evening before he closes his eyes. So go tap in with that. I'm subscribed, and it doesn't matter that I'm the one talking. I go back and I listen, and it's just as enjoyable to be able to take it in. Because I don't know if you notice or not, but when you actually up here talking, it's when you're good at it, you may have a few notes, but you kind of just pontificate and you riff a lot, and you just kind of go with the flow. Sometimes you'll talk about things in a way that you don't get to ingest by doing the show live. So I go back and take it in later. It's a beautiful thing. So go subscribe. What we talking about the podcast. on all your favorite podcast services. We appreciate that. Give us a review. Give us a thumbs up. Tap in on YouTube. Tap in on Instagram. This costs you guys nothing.
Facts.
It's free. So go do that for us. Help us run it up.
Very nice. Very well said, good sir. Shout out to the Talkin Hour podcast in the building. Another one of those cool podcasts. Another thing that you can just throw on, man. They on all those streaming services too, so you could catch the new episodes on Apple or Deezer or.
I wore this for you, Santoro, because you know I don't normally wear the Knicks shit. You know what I mean? Those are my guys. You know, I keep it Yankee, bro. You know what I mean? But for you, I brought that out.
That's it. And I haven't checked yet. I'm not gonna look because I want to be surprised. I need them subs on YouTube. Last time I looked, I was 3 away from 700, and I would love it, man. So go grab your wifey's phone, your friend's phone that's sitting next to you right now. Open up YouTube, look for Finally TV, and hit that subscribe for me. Even like a couple of videos along the way. You don't even have to watch them all. Just give me a couple of likes. I love that. That engagement means everything. Top 50 talk, brother.
It's been a long time since we talked about this, bro. It's been like 4 weeks. I don't forgot what's going on.
Man, listen, you at $6.99. Sam, why? Sam, I just said I want to be surprised. I love you, Sam. Sam, yo, you know like 10 million people, Sam. Now you got to go find like a few of them and tell them to subscribe to the channel now. Come on.
Yeah, tell them we can't be supporting the devil work. We can't sit at 699. There's too many sixes. Tell them, help us get to heaven. We need sevens.
Big fact. Big facts. Let me do this right quick.
Ooh, got that list.
All right, so I'm gonna get this out of here. We're gonna get this out of here, and then go back to here. All right, let's talk about it. So
we were supposed to be doing. Oh, I'm sorry, host. Go ahead, host.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So what we do right here is we split up. We're coming up with a top 50 list. We came up with 5 tiers. It makes sense to have 5 tiers because things are even, like 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, right? It may not end up that way. It may be that, it might be that tier 2 ends up having 15 and tier 3 has 5. It might end up that way. You don't know. But
no, definitely not. It's like if you number 11, you in tier 2. Now we're not doing that, bro. This dude's wild. He trying to change the rules because you know his favorite niggas ain't gonna be in them tiers. You heard?
Listen. But what we were trying to do this off of impact, off of volume of work, longevity, and sales. Basically, those were the main heavy hitters when talking about this. And also, for this particular list, it's got to be a solo entity. It could have been part of a faction, but we just want the solo part of it. So a great example of that is to take like the Wu-Tang Clan and say Wu-Tang Clan would not be an entry on this list because they don't fit the criteria. However, if you want to grab Method Man and say Method Man is one of the top 50 artists all time, that's allowed. So that's how we're doing that. So you may see
hip hop artist, because you keep saying artists. We're talking about hip hop artists, and skill has almost nothing to do with this list, y'all. So don't come here saying, but Big L got the best pen of all time. It's not about that.
Nah. This list not about that. This look, and I'll say it again. I said this a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about it. This list would look very different if we were just talking about the skills that we think certain rappers have. A very, very different list. You know what I mean? 100%.
Santoro asked Gabe, I'll let you answer it. Santoro said, is Outkast allowed? Go ahead and answer it for him, bro.
As a collective, no.
No.
So you would have to pick. You'd have to say Andre 3000 has done enough work as a solo artist, as his own entity, that he would qualify for the list like that. That
doesn't mean we don't count Outkast's work. That means like you could be part of the Wu-Tang album, right? You could be 36 Chambers. That counts. But we're only talking about individual artists.
Right.
So for instance, anything that Andre did as part of Outkast counts.
Sure.
But Outkast don't make the list of individual hip hop artists. They be in the group list. We talking strictly about individuals. Right.
So because like for me, another example of that would be like, for me, and Black might argue otherwise, and we could have that discussion. But for me, Bone Thugs, one of the individual artists are going to be on my top 50 all-time list. However, they will be on the group list, though. They'll probably be one of the first 10 groups talked about. You know what I'm saying? That's too high. Now, Bone Thugs, I mean, just when you talk about the sales and the impact and how
it ain't there. See, why we doing this? It's not
anyway. Let's not talk
rose
about
tinted
that.
glasses, bro. They got 4 songs. I'm sorry, they got 4 songs. That's not enough.
Listen,
they got 4.
All right, but let's have that discussion later. All right, but we are talking about the South today, and it's interesting. There's a few down there, man. You know, we got Ross down there.
You recapping what we're talking about? We was gonna talk about. I think the framing was self-proclaimed kings of the South. That means that one time or the other, this individual said, "Oh, I'm him." Right. So we said Ross. We said T.I.P. We said Ludacris. Right. Who was our 4th person?
Jeezy, no?
Jeezy. Let's talk about Demfo.
We
ain't say Midwest, y'all. Don't ask us about people over there. We ain't say dirty. We ain't say dirty. We ain't talking about Texas. We talking about South, like Southeast, like over there. Yeah.
Matt Santoro jumps right in and says Luda's got to be on the list, and I got to be honest. It's almost disrespectful that we didn't talk about him when we were talking about Tier 1 and the auto ends and all that.
Ooh, you got Luda
as a
Tier 1?
Well, no. I'm just saying that day we were talking about Tier 1s and the auto ends. Like we talked about auto ends and Nas ended up in Tier 2. You know what I'm saying? So like the auto end people, he didn't come up in that discussion early on. And there's another one that didn't come up in the discussion, and like I don't even know how that happened.
On purpose. I kept ignoring it.
But when we circle back to New York, we actually got a few MCs to talk about.
We do.
You know what I'm saying? So
bro, off the cuff, your gut. Where Luda on this list, bro? Where Luda's? Look, where Ludacris is.
I'm hard pressed to. I can't. He's nothing. He's nothing. Nowhere near Tier 3. He's a 1 or a 2. Like I feel like there's no other place to put Ludacris.
We don't got no Tier 1.5, bro. So where is Ludacris?
Let's talk about it. That's what we're gonna figure out right now.
Do we have a classic album? Do you think Back for the Second Time is a classic? I mean, Back for the First Time is a classic.
The other one, the
Chicken and Beer.
Yeah, Chicken and
Word
Beer.
of Mouth. Which one?
You know what I'm saying? I think Chicken and Beer. I think that, believe it or not, man, the Red Light District is a fire album, man. You know,
but
like
I don't think anybody's considering that a classic, are they?
They should. I don't know why they wouldn't. You know, I think Luda's got he's probably got 2, maybe 3 classic albums under his belt.
Nah, don't do that. No, he don't. Because classic means something. We know what we're talking about. Remember when we said classic, that means when you say it, everybody like, yeah, that's a classic. Yeah.
Which one is it for you?
I don't see. I think Back for the First Time was so impactful. I think Word of Mouth. So his first album was his highest selling. Like nothing else surpassed that, believe it or not. And it slowly went down. That doesn't mean he got worse. That's just what happened. Like he came on the scene and kick shit. You know what I mean? He just did that.
Yeah.
I think if he's got anything like a classic, it's his first album. But I don't consider it a classic. I think he has 3 really good albums, bro. But I don't think he has a certified. If I say it out loud, everybody's like, yeah. Like I like Word of Mouth. I like Back for the First Time. I like Red Light District. I don't think if I don't think in a group of 10 people, even half of them are saying either one of those is a classic. But I think all those albums are really good. They're all like 8.5s. What do you think?
John James says we're missing a lot of other artists. We
just started, bro.
We just getting into this. Trust me. We got to kind of like sectionalize it, or else like the conversation just goes everywhere. So that's why it was a good idea to try to regionalize it a little bit.
You feel like he has a classic album? Because I think he has really, really good albums, but I don't think he has a single album where if I went into a room with 10 people, hip hop heads, even half of them would agree on one. And I think that's the problem.
You don't think Back 4 and that
classic means something different. That don't mean just good, bro. Classic means
Red Light District is such a dope album, man. What are the comments? What do y'all think in the comments? Because we rely on y'all too, man. Word of mouth is the highest selling. That's what I thought.
That's got the move bitch and all that shit up there, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. So what do y'all think? I know Matt thinks he should be in. John, what you think? John Jane, what you think about Ludacris, man? Where does Ludacris in your mind fall on the list? I wouldn't consider his albums classics. Okay, Sam has spoken.
They're really, really good, but they're all, to me, all of his best work is all like slightly below classic. They just are.
So would you agree with me if I said he has classic songs, multiple?
Yeah, he definitely got multiple classic songs. But do he got a diamond record? Because no, which is crazy. But he probably got 10 records that sold 8 million apiece, which is
crazy.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it's insane. It's crazy. Exactly. And the movies, but you gotta talk about his impact, man. Like, I feel like his videos, man, made hip hop fun, man.
I'm glad you brought that up because he's one of the few artists I would give credit for his videos. Mm-hmm. Some of the most creative, engaging videos ever, and you get credit for that. It's like he was doing, his music was never kill, kill, bang, bang. Mm-hmm. So his videos to hold your attention had to just be art. You know what I mean? That had to be engaging, and he did that. Bro, that's a great point. Mm-hmm. That's a great point. Mm-hmm. That's a great point.
And then thinking about, he's gotten to the movie thing, man. Like, Luda has done nothing short of phenomenal work from the jump. Like, he did not mess it up. He didn't fumble. You know what I'm saying?
He's selling peanut butter still, though. I told you that. That's an L, bro. He's selling peanut butter. I can't jack it. I know the bag is the bag, but he's selling peanut butter, bro.
Nah, but I just think that speaks to how many households he's in, man. Like,
you're right.
Like he might not be like the Will Smith caliber, like celebrity like that, but Luda has done the damn thing, man. For me, I'm putting him in tier 2, man. Solid tier 2. And then we could jumble it up how you want to jumble it up. But I'm gonna put
I agree.
Yeah. Because I want y'all to know that I'm saying that because I know there's names that we haven't talked about. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
I think what you said though, I think he's a firm tier 2, which is crazy. Yeah, I don't think anybody saw that when he started. Yeah, that's crazy. Luda top 20 all time, y'all. What y'all think about that? I mean, I think it's factual. Top 20 all time.
Top 20 all time, yeah.
All time.
Yeah. No, he's in that discussion. If he's not in the discussion, then you just hating or you just really, really don't like rapping. Because he's out here rapping. Like with all the theatrics and the fun videos and like the beats he's willing to jump on and he's never come off as corny. Isn't that something?
Never.
How did he never come off as corny?
Because he was so cool with it. His oh man, what's the word? His riz, bro. He just something about him. He played it off and it didn't come off as wet. You're right. Because LL, for instance, used to come off as super corn. Like that's just what it is. You're right. All right. Listen, we good. We good. I'm good with Luda tier 2. Bro, here's a hard one. Where you putting Jeezy? And here's why I say Jeezy first. Because Jeezy got a certified top 10 album of all time in his catalog. Jeezy got 15 top 20 records, bro. Like, Jeezy really did that, and he all coke and boat talk. Jeezy got a top 10 hip-hop album of all time. Do you agree? Thug Motivation 101 is one of them. It's one of the best albums ever fucking made. It's one of them.
You want to hear something crazy?
Talk about it.
I don't really fuck with Jeezy like that, and I didn't like that album.
Wow.
How about that?
You're wild.
Is that crazy?
That's crazy? Super nuts, bro.
You know?
All right, let me ask you this, though. But you are aware that people hold that album in high esteem, right?
Very high esteem. And I know that it's revered by many, and I know that in the South, I could just keep my mouth shut.
That's the Bible, though. Like, Thug Motivation 101 is like the Bible down there, bro. It's different.
I get that.
Classic album. He got classic records. He got big records.
He's got huge records.
Huge. Soul Survivor is probably one of them too. Like, is that one of the greatest hip hop songs of all time? Top 50? I think it is. I think it is.
Probably. He definitely he got joints. He has songs that are dope.
Tell Me Nothing with Kanye. All he did was ad lib, and that's probably a top 50 record. Wait till I get my. All he did was ad libs, bro, and that record is huge.
That's a dope song though. He had
one of my favorite joints.
He had Hard with Rihanna. He won something for that. BET Awards. Man, so listen.
You saying that's not your lane. So then how would you place him? Because for me, Jeezy that dude. And like I think he's tier 3. And I think that might actually sound weird. He might be tier 2. It's hard. It's hard, bro. It's hard.
We do. Listen, we do take into accountability actual skill too. It's not that we're ignoring skill.
Right.
You know. So
who better at doing Jeezy than Jeezy? Like
nobody's better than doing that. Actually, if people sound like that, they say you sound like Jeezy. So that's how you know. There's certain ad libs you can't do without being called like you saying you biting. You know what I'm saying? Or you influenced by Jeezy. Yeah, exactly. I really couldn't see Jay-Z at 1. Jay-Z's not 1 overall. Jay-Z is just the first one on the list in tier 1. These aren't in order, John.
These aren't in order, John. They're just in groups.
Yeah, they're just in groups right now. So we're trying to do this the best way we can. You were talking about founders before and said, we're not there yet, but there is going to be a discussion about that stuff because you can't have these discussions without at least discussing some of those people because everything's relative. Everything's relative. To compare sales to somebody in 1979 to 1999, that's not fair. The whole mechanism, the whole machine was different in 99 than 79. So,
make it super easy, John. Just watch every week. What you're talking about, just tune in every week, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Black people time, and we're gonna get to the stuff you talk about. It's all part of this conversation. So just tune in. Now you got a reason to tune in, right?
I got my 700. I just heard. Shout out to Carolina subscribing. Here's the thing. Why weren't you already subscribed, Carolina? Listen, let's have that discussion though when I see you in person. Francisco, what's good, baby? What's you? Jeezy for me. Jeezy's like. Impact wise, you can't deny him. He had a huge impact coming from the South. People in New York were rocking his music. That's how you know it was that. Sales, you really got nothing to say. He got the sales and the numbers to back it up. Mm-hmm. He has a classic album.
Mm-hmm. Sir, I mean, not just classic, legendary.
He has classic songs out there. He has an image that is notable. You know what I mean? So he's checking all the boxes, man. So even if I'm not a fan, he's gonna be in the top 50 just because he did something that not anybody could have done what he was doing, and they didn't do it. And he did it better than everybody. So
do we knock Jeezy for not crossing over? So like we gave Will Smith a big bump for doing shit outside of music. Like we show respect for Luda for doing shit outside of music, Tupac. Because Jeezy was just Jeezy. Do we have to take away some points for that? Like, does he slide into tier 3 because of that? And I also think this is hard because, bro, he got a classic album. Like, he got a classic. I think points.
Here's the reason why I'm going to say he's a tier 3 or lower, right? Is because you and I are having this discussion.
Okay.
Right, and this is one of those artists where it's like in real time we have somebody who's like, I wasn't really rocking with that like that, but you were. You know what I'm saying? So to me, he can't be past tier 3 because he didn't appeal to everybody. Because I'm living proof of it. I didn't drink the tea. You know what I'm saying? So like,
but you drank the Luda tea.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, put him in tier 2 then. Put him in tier 3. I'm with that because that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Stick him there. He might move still, but stick him there. I like it. Jeezy
in tier 3, right? And he's not in bad company either.
Nah, he's not.
He's in very, very good company. Let me do this. Copy. Oh, why did that?
Well, if you just format the row, never mind. I can teach you how to use Excel.
No, I know. I just.
He said a win for Black. How did I win? Centuro, I guess you don't think Jeezy's high up. And if Jeezy's not your cup of tea, I understand it. But like, there's some undeniable things here when we talk about.
That's why I say what I say.
We treating this like somebody's career, and like whether that's your cup of tea or not, it matters only this much. Like, numbers is numbers, impact is impact. Like when we say classics, if you walk in a room and say Thug Motivation 101, everybody who loves hip hop says yes. Like it's not a question. Yes. Like that's when you have universal opinion on something, you gotta lean into that. Like niggas that know music is telling you that's one of them. Like he was the voice before we had somebody called the voice of the streets. He did that. So like I think tier 3 might be a little low, but I'm okay with it because I understand what Gabe is saying, right? Because he was pigeonholed a little bit. Like if you really didn't just fuck with hardcore, that type of snow talk, that type of street music, he didn't really cross over for people except Soul Survivor, which was every fucking where. It's everywhere. I'm with you though. I like it.
What about Mary J? Mary, it's not actually a bad question, right? I didn't even think about that, but like I would we doing more. Yeah, she's the queen. She's the queen of R&B. Like, you know, so yeah.
No, she's the auntie in R&B. She's the auntie.
But she's in that lane, and she's very, very high up in that lane for her longevity, her consistency, her voice, her people recognize her all over the world. That she's super dope. Anyway, talk about it though, Black. So we got TIP. And we got Rick Ross left.
Let's start with the police. I gotta save my man Tip. Let's start with Ricky Rose. Maybach music. Yo,
shout out. Go ahead. No, I was gonna say shout out to him on Drink Champs, throwing shots at DJ Envy in the car show, and how he was like, he ain't even in my lane. He can't even pull up over here like that. So shout out to Rick Rosie, man.
Here's my first question. Is he in the list? Is it a question of if he's on this list or not? Let's start there. Is it a question?
Can it be?
I don't think it can be. I don't think like just bro, he made sound tags on a record. Okay. Like remember that used to be a thing. Like, don't be putting no fucking sound tag in the record. Like, you couldn't do that. He made Maybach music. Now every record got a sound tag. No one did that before them niggas did that. I'm just gonna start there. Second, Hustlin' is another one of those records. You talk about 50 greatest hip. We're gonna have that list too one day. 50 greatest hip hop tracks of all time. Hustlin' is on that list. Tell me it's not. Tell me it's not.
It most likely is. I mean,
it's on that list.
We have to have the discussion. He might be in the 50 to 75 range, but he's
on that list.
Okay.
Hustling. That bro, it's on white people commercials. That's when
I know. That crossed over.
Music for commercials?
It crossed over. It definitely crossed over. His appeal was greater than Jeezy's.
Nah, it wasn't. No, you're right. Appeal when it comes to what?
Mass appeal.
What you mean when you say that?
Mass appeal.
Mass appeal, yes. He's more of a character, and Jeezy's more reserved outside of the music. So yes, the character, Rick Ross is more embraced. Absolutely. Love it.
So Rick Ross on the list.
I think he's on the list, yeah.
I mean, music-wise, his impact's been pretty great in the sense of what you were saying about the sound tags and all that. He's another one that, you know, can you spit a bar and at the end of your bar go, huh? And not be called a biter or Rick Ross and false. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even do that and not, you know what I'm saying? It's like with Dots. If you say Iggity once, then he must have liked Dots Effect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so he got that. You know what I mean? He has. Does he have a? Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Does he have a certified classic?
I don't think so. But I also know that I have heard people say that Port of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard people speak about that album in that way.
In a high regard, yes.
I mean, in a super high regard. Now, I don't agree, but I also recognize that's my opinion. Right. There are people who think Port of Miami is a borderline classic. I think if it's borderline, that's not good enough in this conversation. But I will put it out there. Like it's Port of Miami's looked at really favorably. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he has. I don't think in a room of 10 people, 5 of them are saying yeah. I think it might be 3, but I think in every room, 3 out of 10 is gonna say yeah. That's what. See what I mean? Yeah. Every room, 3 out of 10 are like yeah, but it's not. You know what I mean? Ubiquitous. It ain't all the way around.
Right. So, does he get extra credit for his entrepreneurship?
Yep. Got to. Okay. One of the first people, and people have been doing this for a long time, but one of the first rappers to be like, yo, bro, I diversified my funds the minute I realized I had the money to diversify my funds. Like he was invested in restaurants and shit like that way before it became cool to even talk about it. It was looked at as silly to like have legitimate money, which is dumb, right? And when you talk about somebody who talks about Pablo Escobar and Noriega and glorifying that type of life, then tell you out of his other side of his mouth, but I take all my money and I invest it, bro. That's how I make bread. What's different? So like, I think he does get credit for his entrepreneurship and the people that he influenced, because he was one of the first ones on social media saying, go invest in these chains, go invest in these restaurants, go fuck with crypto if you think that makes sense for you, right? Go put your money in places that make it work for you. He was one of them. So yeah, I think so. And we know about his Wingstops and all that shit. Like he's just.
That's what I was just gonna say.
He's done a good job of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's as a business person, I think when you talk about him, you have to get on that level. You have to start talking about like the Puffies and the Jays and like the people like that have really taken the business and ran with it. You know what I mean? Like he really manipulated the market and just saturated the fuck out of it, you know.
And he got classic features, bro. Like he's on some of the biggest records of all time.
He has a lot of features. He's also, I don't know if this counts for anything, Black, but not for nothing, he's a pretty chill dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's something about him that's chill. You know what I mean?
He's also the police though. So like we can't never let that go. I'm sorry.
He's a security guard. He was a correctional officer.
That's the police. You were the police. You were a peace officer in the eyes of the court. It's the same thing. Cops, COs, peace officers. Same.
Copy.
But how we forget Stay Scheming, which was literally like the song of 2013. Like Stay Scheming was everywhere. I got him tier 5. And he might go up a little bit, but I think I'm starting to tier 5. I feel like everybody loves him for what he does. I don't feel like he has a certified classic album, but he's on some of the biggest hip hop records of all time. Just that most of them ain't his records. That's not a bad thing, but that's reality, right? Like he's normally like the feature on those joints. Like, what's the best verse on God Did? Is it Rick Ross? Like, no, but he's up there. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a lot of that for me.
I'm not mad at what you're saying. Put him in the 5th tier. He may go up though. I have to say, like once we get the names on here and he's in there, he may move up. He may
right now though. He's not there for me. John, just so you know, we had the Master P conversation already. He didn't make it, bro, because this list is focused on artistry first, and then all the other stuff that you did can put you over the hump. And as just a straight artist, Master P don't got it. Now we know about his influence and all the other things that all matters, but you can't get on this list by just giving us make him say and we roll tight whips. That's not enough. That's not enough.
Right. That's a good example though of somebody that did it with business and did have an impact, but didn't make this list because of the criteria.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He's a great example of that we are taking consideration the skill and and what you've done, volume-wise with your own work. You know what I mean?
The only Master P bar I know is that I got the cap and she got the crunch.
Nah, but salute to P though, man. He does things for his community, and I salute that, man. Your boy.
You
Happy
ready?
birthday time to my wife. Yeah, I'm ready.
Happy birthday, Angie. What the hell, Gabe?
Happy birthday time. 8/12.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday time. Oh, bye-bye. When your birthday, Angie? Like he be acting up.
Come on, I just told you what her birthday is. 8/12.
August 12th?
Yeah.
Bye, Gabe. You like so in love. Oh, it's her birthday time. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
23 years later. All right. Enjoy that.
Mr. T.I.P. T.I. You know why I saved him for last?
Because you love him.
Not only do I stand T.I., like I really stand that man, and I'm a whole man saying this. Because when T.I. was coming up, I was stationed in Louisiana.
Okay.
And I got to witness firsthand.
So I was gonna say full impact.
Yes.
Yes,
listen, bro. Like his first 3 albums, like dominated Southern music. Like dominated.
Yeah,
dominated. He got too many records. He got 2 classic albums. Like it's absurd.
He gets credited with creating trap, basically.
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 Here's what I was gonna say, and I'm gonna let you talk about him. He tier 1. And I don't think anybody else would have saw that before I said it. He tier 1. Now you can tell me how you feel, and then we can debate about it if you think it's a debate. But I am telling you, when you talk about impact, when you talk about first of all making the South mainstream, like when it started to leave New York and go to the South for real, T.I. If you forgot, I'm telling you, even when the Hot Boys and Arden was bubbling and jumping off, they was getting play. But you wasn't going to play a Wayne song, a Hot Boy song over a Jay-Z song. When T.I. came on the scene,
Rubber Band Man
started to shift. Bring them out. 24s, cars, and like he changed shit, bro. And people forget that.
He also has the sales to back it up.
So many.
And he could rap. He could rap. And he definitely he doesn't like. It's like the style of rap and the content of it is what people will get called out for sounding like him or trying to be like him. Because does he have like a notable? He don't really have like a notable thing like Ross does. What does Tip do that?
Just his cadence, just making that South cadence the way that they rap down there mainstream. Yeah.
Right. So I'm on point with what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So he don't have that, but he's like I do give him credit for just if he didn't create it, bro, he popularized trap, bro. I mean, there's no other way.
Made that a viable thing.
Yeah, like there's no other way to deny that. There's no other way to say that. He gets respected by a lot of his peers. I hear his peers talk about him, and they hold him in a high regard. You know what I mean? Like you said, the 2 classic albums out there, like it's not easy to do, man. It's just not. There's so many rappers in this world, and there's so many dope artists, and they don't have 2. You know what I'm saying?
I want you to finish. Let me, because I want to get here right quick. Keep your thoughts, though, because I want you to finish. It's gonna fuck y'all up. Listen, what I'm finna tell y'all. Trap music was number 4 on the U.S. charts, right? Urban Legend, number 7. King, number 1. T.I. versus Tip, number 1. Paper Trail, number 1. like for real. No Mercy, number 4. Trouble Man, number 2. Paperwork, number 2. Like the boy got sales. His first 5 projects, multi-platinum. Like it's not even a thing, bro. Trap music is considered a classic, especially in the South. Like that's one of those. So is Urban Legend. And people will tell you that King is almost there too. Biggest records. Like he's got so many joints with Rihanna that went like fucking 10 times platinum. Like, yo, I'm gonna shut up. T.I. got body of work. He got longevity. He got
features,
impact. He got features. He shifted music to his coast. He got classic records. He got classic albums. He is him. I'm telling you, his body of work is tier 1. And it's crazy to say that.
It's it's lucky. I shouldn't say lucky for him. It's fortunate for him in this discussion that his body of work does speak to that, because a lot of his ventures outside of music have not gone well for your boy.
They haven't. Centro did point out something though. They did Swagger Like Us at the Grammys before Rappers was at the Grammys. You're absolutely right. That record was so big it was at the Grammys. You're right. And we wasn't performing there, bro. We was not there.
No,
we wasn't there.
No. You know, he's got his failed comedy career. He tried to do a podcast. He's arguing with people. Like,
hold up, his podcast got views. You can call it. You can laugh, but it got numbers. It does numbers, bro.
He's T.I.
You T.I.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if T.I. comes to Finally TV and he's the third host on this show, we gonna do numbers.
He got the most successful rapper TV show ever. Like The Family Business with T.I. and Tiny. It's probably the biggest. I'm a rapper. This is my TV show. That shit been on like 8 years, bro. It ain't got spinoffs.
It's got a good run. Yeah, it
ain't got spinoffs. Like, yo, he really him.
Yeah, no, I know. So I can agree with you and put him into the tier 1 right now. When we talk about the other folks that have not been talked about yet, where's he going to go?
I'm telling you, ATL's classic. I'm telling you right now, Gabe. Here's what we not gonna do. Y'all not gonna start picking on T.I. to get him out of tier 1. If you're gonna move somebody, especially from tier 1, I'm telling you, if they resume ain't on par with 2 classic albums, 60 million in sales, like that kind of shit, don't talk to me because that's your favorite rapper or because Snoop Dogg is so popular. Make it make sense on paper. T.I.P. literally shifted the coast. He literally shifted music to a whole region. That holds weight. That holds weight.
Impact is one of our big things. It's a quarter of your grade, basically.
Factory. And that that tier 1 list is solid. And out of those 8 right now, the first nigga I moved, believe it or not, is LL. Like he got the smallest resume outside of no, I'm right. He's got the shortest resume of anybody in that list. He absolutely does.
I just think that you weren't aware enough when LL was doing this thing. How
many albums he got, bro?
Because he got more. He's got
a bunch of albums, right? But how
his
many?
His rap sheet's longer than Missy's.
Hold up, Missy way more impactful, way more sales, bigger artists, more crossover. Absolutely.
But no, he did not have a bigger impact than. I mean, Missy, she did not have a bigger impact than LL.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Missy Elliott has had a bigger impact. Believe it or not, I didn't say first. I said bigger. No. Bigger impact on music than LL Cool J has. On music.
No, it's just because you weren't alive when he was doing it, bro.
That. Yes, I was alive. Don't do that.
You weren't alive. You weren't listening to music when LL was changing the game. He changed the game. He literally, LL Cool J changed rap.
I'm telling you right now, Missy missed me. When talking about impact, bro, he said T.I. should be tier 4. Francisco, you canceled. Go over there. You canceled. We can talk about it, but Missy impact, I think you understate that because maybe as you not being a woman, maybe it's not hitting the same with what I'm telling you about what she did and now she shifted people into that lane and made that okay what she was doing.
Listen, don't try to get the woman vote on me, all right? Don't do that. Don't do that on the show, all right? Don't try to pander for the women vote right now.
All right, bro. I'm just telling you.
Listen, but
I hear you though. I hear you.
You know, how do we do that, Black? Now that, we've talked about our 4, and believe it or not, this is the first time that we brought up, multiple names and all the names went on the list.
That's true. I think, which is crazy is looking at where we placed them. You would think that Rick, I guess maybe you don't think that, but I thought in my mind, Rick Ross would be higher than all of them, but in reality, he's not. Like he's popular as a person, but as far as music and impact, like, the order of this list to me looks right. Does that make sense? Even if the tiers are slightly off, the order looks right today. Looking at it,
you mean just going from left to right, just saying Tip, Luda, Jeezy, yeah. I think people might dive into Luda's career and start really pulling the numbers out on what he's been able to do just to see how it would compare to T.I. But I think once you do that, I think you'll realize like, oh, okay. Yeah, they have similar careers and sales until you start adding in all the stuff that he did with Rihanna. You know what I mean? the features that Tip's done. You know, like, don't get me wrong, Luda has some dope features, and he's on some of the biggest.
Stopped in 2012, and T.I. kept going for like 8 more years. Like, he got so many. He got so
Luda
many.
Did not
bro.
Stop in 2012, bro. Stop saying
you know
that.
what I'm saying, though. You know what I'm saying when I say that. Like,
he became a movie star in 2015. Right. I get it.
Y'all, you playing that too hard, bro. He's in one movie that we give a fuck about. Like, stop it.
He's in multiple of them.
Like, nobody care. He get 5 minutes of screen time every movie. That's it. He's not a big movie star.
He's a big movie star. He's gonna have Luda's gonna have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
T.I. did ATL, which is better than any Fast movie. Facts.
I know. The Fast movies are just. The first one was great.
I'm with you.
Yo, you know what I'm looking for, bro? Now you talking about movies.
He asked Centro. So I know you might want to bring up a wild card because we did have people in the South, but Centro was asking how Tupac got second tier, and it's super simple. Without going really deep, Centro, to rehash this again, because we'll probably do a recap when we're done with the list. But think about the criteria here, and one thing that Tupac don't got is longevity. He got albums, but he don't got longevity, and that matters, right? We gave him. He gets points for being in movies and really starting that crossover shit. Like he did that, right? Classic album,
2 years,
big songs, right? But he don't got longevity, bro. He got 4 or 5 years. Like that matters compared to somebody with 25.
He was everything for like 2.5 years.
He was. And that's why he's so high.
Right.
Yeah. Like Nas might be too high in tier 2. Like we revere him. When you talk about somebody's career as if they scoring buckets at a game, Nas is like 3 for 20. We talked about this and we talked about numbers and all. He got a lot of garbage albums, a lot of filler, bro. A lot of shit that don't resonate. He went dormant for a decade and no one cared. Like that matters, bro. So Tupac is tier 2, and I think he's firmly there. I don't think he's gonna slide off. But like as an example, Nas might be too high. Honestly, I think we love him, but what you've done, might be shaky.
I think somebody is gonna come in here at some point and argue that Nicki should be in tier 1.
I'll take the argument because I don't discount it. I just think that when we start going to the left coast, it's some people we ain't talked about, bro. Might make this whole list look silly.
There's gonna be a bump off at some point because the 2 artists that I have in my mind from the good old state of New York are gonna bump people out of that list.
All right, so let's do this, bro. Bring one. Give me one right now. Save the other one. Take one out and go.
50 Cent.
Let's talk about it. Because I think he's a great conversation. I think he's not as high as people's fandom places him. So let's just go off the cuff. You think he's on this list, right?
He's somewhere on this list, yeah.
Your gut feeling is to place him where before we discuss it? Is to place him in what tier?
The conversation starts at 2.
Okay. Because I think you give a lot of credence to his mixtape shit and that impact, right?
I do, yeah.
I see. I figured you was going here, and for me, like, it's a part of it, bro. But you can't But
you can't discount it now because it's 50.
You can't. But 3 and 4 years of making mixtapes, like Lil Wayne's mixtape
owned it,
far outstrips anything 50 did in mixtapes. Do you agree? Like, there's people with way more impact. Dipset mixtapes, like, move the culture. Am I right?
No,
like that's the thing.
I would say the G Unit tapes hit harder than the Dipset joints.
Okay, but we're not talking about G Unit. We're talking about 50.
Yeah,
and
but he's on that. But he's a part of that.
Let's talk 50. 50 got one classic album, Get Rich or Die Trying. Agreed?
Agreed.
He has 3 relevant albums in his whole career. 3. His first 3 albums. After the Massacre, he got one other album and no one cared about it. Am I wrong?
No.
He got 3 relevant albums, 1 classic album, 1 good album, which was his second one, right? 1 album that I consider to be so-so. So the Get Rich or Die Trying, classic. The Massacre, good. Fair? His third album, that Curtis shit, right?
It was all right.
It was all right.
We wanted more. We wanted more.
Okay.
Thank God for G Unit at that point.
Of course. Animal Ambition, no impact. No one gave a fuck. Correct? No impact whatsoever.
No.
Cool. You
but the first
G Unit shit. Big album.
Big. Huge album.
Big. Huge. Exactly. I agree with you. What else? Go from there.
And then Miguel says Ja Rule. Yeah, that's another one.
He's gonna be a great talk. Absolutely.
He's one of the people that I'm thinking. He's another one of those people that when we circle back to New York, 50 Cent.
Remember, we did this with, before you go deep too. I'm gonna let you have the floor. Remember, we did the comparison, so no rose tinted glasses between him and Ja, and we talked about just how many actual big records 50 have, and it's 10. Remember, we did this already. It's 10. It's not the 30 you think. It's 10.
So remember when you said we could walk into a room and say something, if everybody agrees that's what it is?
I agree. Yes.
50 Cent is a bigger artist than Ja Rule.
Cool.
Right?
He is a bigger artist because of his other things. When we're talking about, yes, I agree with you. Absolutely. So on this list, if you were going to list them, you're saying he'd be above Ja, correct? I don't think Ja is high on this list, but Ja has had a worse career while doing bigger numbers than 50. And we did this already, and that's true. His career is looked at as worse, but he's actually sold way more.
He has sold more, and he's had those hits out there,
bigger hits.
But this isn't even a 50 verse Ja. This is taking 50's whole career into consideration.
Your floor, go.
You know what I'm saying? And he's done more from being just a street dude in Queens. He's done so much this far for so long and put so much on and has made money, lost money, and made it again type of deal that I feel it's undeniable that 50 Cent took over hip hop for like what would you say? Like with the one album, he took over hip hop for 2 years.
Yes, I
agree.
Know what I'm saying? I agree.
And
that album is a certified classic. Yeah.
And then he took over hip hop again when they dropped the Beg for Mercy joint.
I don't agree.
And it was
because I think you're using that word too lightly when you say take over hip hop. I think
they
that
did. Everything was G Unit, bro. Everything.
Right. No. G Unit as a movement was big in New York for like 2 to 3 years, but the world is bigger than New York. Once again, I'll tell you, as somebody who, when 50 was popping in 2005, I was down in New Orleans doing with Hurricane Katrina. 50 Cent was not getting played in Louisiana. He was not getting played in Georgia. He was not getting played in Florida. I was there in those clubs as a 20-something-year-old moving. It wasn't happening. In New York, he was huge.
He was everything.
He was huge. That's not the same thing as running the game. That's running a state. And I would tell you this, Boosie and Webby was bigger in more regions than 50 was at the height of his career. And that's crazy to say that. But you couldn't go anywhere in the South, 20 fucking states, without hearing Boosie and Webby before you heard a 50 fucking Cent. I swear to God.
It's probably
and Boosie and Webby ain't a nobody list.
But go
ahead.
Go to Germany, go to Paris, anywhere in Europe.
That matters.
Africa. You ain't hearing Boosie.
You're not.
You're gonna hear, I'm in the club, bottle full of bubs. That's what you're hearing.
That's one album though, bro. Like that's the only album that penetrated that way, bro. Remember that. That's one album.
Wide.
Yeah, one album though. That's one album.
But
and then his second album was okay, and everything else flopped.
Everybody else we're talking about, had that one album. But why ain't they heard in Germany, Japan? Like 50, like he can't even travel like that no more because of what he's done in music and business.
I love you, bro. You grasping. You're not making the point when we talk about music. You're not making that point for me. He had a classic album, one mid album. He only put out 5 albums. That's a short body of work for anybody. Post 2012, he stopped rapping. He put out 2 singles since 2012. That's a decade. So that means his whole musical career was 10 years long. That's it. 12 years at the most. If you count the mixtape 50 and all that shit. 2000 to 2012. He ain't been relevant musically in a decade, bro. So like, you can't do this because you like 50. Think about what he actually did in hip hop.
Right.
The power shit is dope. BMF is dope. His businesses is dope. Bronson, bet. But did you do enough musically to make the list? Yes. But does the other shit, is it so big that it pushes you to tier 2? Absolutely not. Like, come on, Gabe.
This
is 2 albums you care about.
This is a great cliffhanger, my friend. See, that's why we bring Black to the show. Because Black sets it up. He don't even know what he's doing. He didn't even know he's doing it. But he's setting y'all up for one of the best cliffhangers in podcast history right now, because I ain't going to answer on where you're going on the list right now.
50 should be tier 6. Santoro said tier 4. Right? John is saying fuck 50. Where's Wu-Tang? So basically, niggas ain't agreeing with you. What's the answer going to be?
Listen,
tune in next week?
Tune in next week, my GC. Sosa knows what's up. I think Sosa's on point, but
hey yo, cuz you wildin'. Don't listen. You need to go out. You need to touch grass, cuz. Leave New York. Niggas not jacking 50 in Montana. They're not in Wyoming playing in the club.
They jagging them in Japan. That's all I'm saying.
We ain't Japan though. We American. It's America, people.
Listen, for the sake of conversation, 50 Cent's music's being played worldwide.
Yeah.
Listen, dope show today, brother. Great conversation. Keep the positive energy, man. You can have all my positive energy. Please do. My condolences on what you had to go through and your family. So I hope people heal up and feel okay soon. I know it's difficult. Shout out to Angie for tuning in. Shout out to everybody who tuned in today, man. We had a great, people came out of woodworks. I want to thank y'all for helping me get to 700. Now, if you're listening to this on the replay, don't let it miss you. Go to YouTube and just subscribe to Finally TV if you're listening to this on the podcast, on the MP3 joint, because I could use your support. I know you consuming it by listening to me right now, you know what I'm saying? But you can still help support by just hitting the subscribe button. When I get to that monetization on YouTube, man, it's on. We out of here. We out of here. They got to pay money to see us.
Shout out Akbar, my jeweler, for getting me icy, right? I just got this piece yesterday. My man held me down. You feel me? Listen, it's a lot of baguettes. It's a lot of ice out here. You feel me? Get you some money. Get you some money and get you one. You heard?
If you guys listening to this only, Blackout's holding up a very fake chain with a lot of
He called my shit fake.
It's a giant chain. I don't
know.
This is
crazy. I'm gonna bring this to you in person, and you're gonna change that whole tune. So when you hold it and you be like, "God damn, Black," all I want you to say is respect, brother.
Steel is
this
heavy,
is your
bro,
house
no
in
doubt.
my neck. You heard me?
You listen. Steel is heavy, right? Especially when you put some coating on it, some layering, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get it plated up. All jokes aside, stay fresh, my dude. Stay fresh. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. I really love y'all. Foil is in, Master Toro says.
Big time, bro.
Listen, yo, say something, and then I'm gonna take us out of here, Black.
Yo, it's May. Matter of fact, it's almost June. It's 2023. It was just 2022 yesterday, right? But it's nice. COVID is trying to chill a little bit. Like, you can get COVID and not die now, so we good outside. Word. What I'm saying is, enjoy life, live life, because you never, ever, never know when it's your time. So while you got the time, make the best use of your time. Right? Big pain is love, love is pain, but love those who love you, just like I love y'all, and we love all of you fucking with this show, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all stay safe out there. Till next week. Find out. 7 p.m. Tuesday. Finally TV. What we talk about the podcast. YouTube, Facebook, everywhere else. It's 50 Cent, a top 50 hip hop artist of all time. And if he is he higher than tier 5? Because
let's get it. I'm gonna leave it just like that. I love that ending right there. Tune in next week, everybody, for Gabriel, Hazel, Louie the dog. Peace, y'all.